It's your boy and Guru in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate Borussia Dortmund to win a major trophy in 5 years, or 4 years, I guess. They won the DFB Pokal. Congratulations to them. They beat RB Leipzig, officially the Tottenham of Bundesliga, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Julian Nagelsmann still does not have a major trophy, and he's going to Bayern. I don't know if that's good news or not. If he goes to Bayern and he actually keeps winning, you know what happened to Niko Kovac, right? Well, I just don't want to send some really wrong signals to any Bayern fan. I don't know if any Bayern fan actually watches my content, but if you do, all the best. All the best. So, what do we have here for you guys? Of course, Matteo Guendouzi transfer plan. Of course, we're going to talk about the transfer update about certain stars. Keki, linked strongly with Manchester City, is also watched by Arsenal, so we're going to deal with that as well. So, the first news we have here is, according to Olympique Marseille La Provence, they talk about the transfers analysis. Well, it's pretty much clear. They say that Marseille hierarchy are working on a deal to sign Matteo Guendouzi. The Arsenal midfielder has a year left on his contract and has indicated that he wants to join a club playing in the Champions League next season. Now, I don't know if these reports are true, if Matteo is actually demanding that kind of situation in the next season for him to play for a new club, but Marseille, actually, there's nothing wrong in actually playing for Marseille. They're actually playing good. Jorge Sampaoli is a wonderful manager. So, yes, that is a strong possibility that Matteo Guendouzi might leave. And Marseille is going to be a very good option for him. Moving on, so Arsenal have dropped in their away kit in their official website, according to the online store Arsenal Direct. Just right now, you can see the new kit, Return of the Cannon, and of course, everyone wearing it. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Leo Williamson. Everyone. So yes, that is that. Also, moving on about the new stuff. Dani Ceballos will be returning to Real Madrid after his loan spell at Arsenal, according to Mark-Man Bryans. There is no desire from Arsenal, Real Madrid or the player for a third year on loan or a permanent deal, with a move to another La Liga club the most likely outcome. Football.London understands that Martin Odegaard has told those close to him that he would like to stay at Arsenal, and he has been impressed by Mikel Arteta's project and feels highly valued as part of the squad. Not only him, well, Martin Odegaard and Sanderberg are understood to be a part of a close friendship group that also includes Borussia Dortmund striker Erling Haaland, and regularly speak on a private Snapchat group. While Sheffield United midfielder Sanderberg is keen on the prospect of a move to Arsenal in the summer due to his desire to link up with close friend Martin Odegaard if he stays at Arsenal beyond the end of this season. So if Odegaard stays, he might bring Sanderberg alongside, with him to Arsenal. Also, a source close to Berg told Football.London that there is a high possibility that he could join Arsenal this summer, and that is, he's keen to go to the Emirates. But any move depends on Martin Odegaard's decision. Let's see how that is supposed to be. So David Luiz and Willian are happy at Arsenal and are not having any intentions of leaving the club this summer, according to Football.London. Now, they understand that Luiz is assessing all his options with interests from teams like in the MLS, Portugal and UAE. There is not expected to be a summer exit for Willian, however, who is happy in London and has a contract at the club until 2023. So pouring cold waters on Willian leaving the club. So he's not leaving for now. That's the reality. So moving on, so talking about Keiki, the very, very bright Neymar Jr. Reincarnation, if you could say, or regen. So according to Gazzetta Sportiva, representatives from Ajax, Arsenal, Chelsea, Juventus and United are in frequent contact with Keiki's agent. So that's the report according to the website. So giant clubs in Europe monitor the defender Keiki from Santos and evaluate a proposal for 2022. In January, Menino da Vila will turn 18. Representatives from Ajax, Arsenal, Chelsea, Juventus and Manchester United maintain frequent contact with the defender's staff. The performance analysts of these teams watch all the defenders' games. The observation only did not occur on the spot because of the whole situation around the world. actually they do not deal with these clubs directly, even for minors, but sees harassment as a consequence. At 17, Keki's start time shows naturalness in the field after a huge prominence in the base and captain's belt in the Brazilian team of the category. Keki has a contract with Santos until November 2023. PXA holds 70% of the economic rights, and the severance fine is 70 million euros. That is the release clause, 70 million euros. And he has worked 14 times as a professional. So yes, so that is that, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone wants to buy Keki, it's not going to be that easy at all. No way. No flipping way in goddamn hell. That. So also talking about Alex Lacazette. So Arsenal are expected to offer Alex Lacazette a 1-year extension, which the Frenchman will mull over. His agent is currently speaking with teams in France, Spain and Italy. Do you think that Alex Lacazette should be given a 1-year extension, and just to piss him off? I'm sure there's no contract extension for Alex Lacazette, which he would be happy about at Arsenal. So yeah, I don't see him as a prospect at Arsenal anymore. So moving on, according to a goal, Arsenal are looking at Ajax goalkeeper Andre Onana and Brentford's David Raya as possible alternatives to Bernd Leno, who has 2 years left on his contract and has yet to enter talks over a new deal. So they are looking at Andre Onana and of course David Raya from Brentford. Now David Raya from Brentford, before Alex von Arsenal was made possible for Arsenal, I think he was the one in contention to join in, but Brentford were not at all in contention to let him go. Also, Arsenal wanted a backup for Tierney, and it looks like Ryan Bertrand on a free is an option. Also, Thomas Partey has endured a difficult first campaign in England due to injuries, but Mikel Arteta maintains full belief in the 27-year-old and could pair him with a new midfield partner with Brighton's Yves Bissouma, understood to be a very, very fine target. And yeah, according to Football.London and I think Kaya Kanak, he believes that Arsenal might sign 5 players, and they've got 5 players in their mind. So let's see. Real Betis favourite Finidi George has told Nabil Fekir to keep working hard if he wants to earn a move to England. Previously linked with Liverpool and Arsenal, Fekir has hit 4 goals for Betis this season. An ex-Nigerian international, Finidi George, has spoken to Tribal Football. He says Nabil is young as he's a good player. If he keeps working hard, keeps his cool and is disciplined, I think he might play for top clubs in Europe. Going to Arsenal or Real Madrid depends on him. I think he has the quality. If he has the mindset, I think he can make it. He has to continue to do best for his club, and hopefully the bigger clubs will come one day knocking at the door. Well, Liverpool have actually claimed a 4-2 win over Manchester United yesterday night in a blow to Arsenal's European football bid. Roberto Firmino's double plus Diogo Jota and Mohamed Salah's final finish have actually put Reds with a shout of a top 4 finish, but they are now 5 points clear of Arsenal, which only have 2 left to play, making 5th place all but over for Arsenal. I mean, what? Who in the world thinks that Arsenal will finish 5th? Moving on, so former Crystal Palace chairman Simon Jordan has launched a scathing attack on Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Now, speaking to TalkSport, he says that Arsenal are a joke club who are going backwards because of the top, who are at the top of the organization. Jordan says the fact of the matter is that despite advancing the thought that Mikel Arteta was going to be a good manager by people like me, I'm beginning to think that's unwinding. But I also think the reason for that is that Arsenal are a joke football club right now in lots of ways. They've got an owner who is disengaged and happy with mediocrity, a director of football who I don't think is pulling up any trees, and a manager who sounds good on paper, but when it comes down to it, I'm not sure he's got the chops to do what Arsenal need him to do. Arsenal have just gone in a self-appointed organization of the top 6 clubs, and they've worked their way backwards in the league, and they are now a big club in image and reputation alone, because they are not a big club in any other department right now. Well, Thomas Partey is being eyed by Serie A champions Inter Milan, according to reports. Well, according to Spanish side Fichajes, or Toho Fichajes, Antonio Conte is a huge fan of the midfielder and could be considering a summer swoop. BS. Moving on. So, former Arsenal striker John Hartson has credited Mikel Arteta with improving over the course of campaign. He says, I'm not saying he has had a good season or great season because it's been disappointing, but he's a young manager and there have been some positives and improvements as well. The club made the decision to bring him in, and I think they'll back him. I think that's the right thing to do. I know people are suggesting he's not experienced enough, but he's made some big calls in terms of leaving players out. He's shown that steadiness you need when you become a manager. He showed again at Chelsea that he can win the big games when Arsenal are disciplined and defend properly. Yeah, of course, that's always the talk of the town. So, Glenn Hoddle has backed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang after his glum reaction to being substituted against Chelsea. He says, I wouldn't be too bothered about that. I'd be absolutely distraught if I've got a smiling player coming off the pitch. That would concern me and say he doesn't care enough, he's happy to come off. You want that. They'll be alright. Tactically, I thought it was the right thing to do. From the manager's point of view, he's got it all spot on. If it was a 0-0 at halftime, Arsenal wouldn't have played like that. But they had something to hold on to. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.